Here's your wrestling news for January 23rd, 2026. Your headlines for today include WWE teases possible final SmackDown night for AJ Styles, Trey Miguel returns to TNA, was MJF behind his firing? Explosive claims surface. WWE finalizes AJ Lee WrestleMania 42 match, fans push back hard. Tommaso Ciampa signals future beyond WWE with new trademarks. AEW TNA partnership rumors heat up, what's really going on? MJF targets Nick Nemeth in shocking AEW world title change. Ash by Elegance ends retirement shockingly on TNA Impact. Jade Cargill sparks backlash after insulting fans, and more. WWE has raised the stakes heading into the Royal Rumble, with AJ Styles now being summoned for what could be a pivotal and possibly final appearance before his career is put on the line. On January 22nd, WWE shared a video on social media featuring Nick Aldis, who formally invited Styles to appear on this week's episode of SmackDown in Montreal. The invitation comes just days before Styles' high-risk match against Gunther at the Royal Rumble, where Styles' career will be on the line if he loses. Styles later confirmed that he accepted Aldis' invitation, setting the stage for a critical face-to-face moment ahead of the premium live event. Gunther enters this situation with significant momentum and history on his side. He currently holds the record for the longest time spent in a traditional Royal Rumble match, 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 40 seconds, and is expected to compete in the Rumble match itself. If that holds, he could be pulling double duty on January 31st in Saudi Arabia, balancing Rumble participation with a career-threatening singles match against Styles. With SmackDown set to air from Montreal this Friday, attention now turns to what Styles will say and whether this appearance offers any insight into how he's approaching the biggest gamble of his career. Do you think AJ Styles walks into the Royal Rumble with a real plan to survive, or is WWE setting the stage for a defining final chapter? Share your thoughts in the comments below. After weeks of speculation and behind-the-scenes uncertainty, Trey Miguel has officially resurfaced in TNA Wrestling. Miguel made his return during the January 22, 2026 episode of TNA Impact, entering the Feast or Fired match in his first televised appearance since the collapse of his AEW signing. As he made his entrance, commentary confirmed that Miguel had re-signed with the company, a move TNA later made official on social media. Miguel didn't just return, he factored into the finish. He walked away with one of the 4 Feast or Fired briefcases, placing his immediate future in limbo. As per the stipulation, one briefcase contains a contract termination, meaning Miguel could potentially be fired when the contents are revealed on next week's episode on AMC. Regardless of how that unfolds, his appearance confirmed what Fightful Select had previously reported. According to Fightful, TNA had been in contact with Miguel following the sudden collapse of his AEW signing and was open to bringing him back. AEW never publicly announced Miguel's deal, but Fightful confirmed the agreement was quietly dropped amid renewed backlash over years-old social media remarks. Despite Miguel previously apologizing and receiving public support from former peer David Starr, AEW reportedly opted to step away, particularly due to Warner Bros. Discovery's heightened sensitivity to past controversies. During the Fightful Post AEW Dynamite show on January 21st, Ross Sapp directly addressed and dismissed an online conspiracy theory suggesting MJF played a role in Miguel's release due to a past personal relationship involving Alicia Atout. I saw really weird conspiracy theories saying, oh, it's because he dated MJF's wife. Let me begin to tell you guys, first off, no, that was 1,100,000% verified no. Sapp went further, explaining that MJF actually supported bringing in Miguel and The Rascalz, including Zachary Wentz, despite Wentz's own past controversies. Because if anything, sorry if I'm blowing up his spot, MJF went to bat for that group and encouraged AEW to bring them in, and there's no way that he would have encouraged them to bring in Wentz and not expect Trey Miguel to be brought in. Sapp also stressed that personal relationships are not a deciding factor in wrestling employment decisions, noting that this explanation came directly from AEW. People in wrestling date each other a lot. Who the hell would have a job if nobody could work with anybody that they used to date? Bryan Alvarez, discussing the matter from AEW's side, compared Miguel's situation to the well-documented Jay Briscoe controversy involving Warner Bros. Discovery's alleged refusal to permit Briscoe on AEW television. This appears very much like the Jay Briscoe situation. WBD was not going to allow him on programming, and they never did. With AEW no longer an option, TNA now appears positioned to offer Miguel a clear path forward. A former X-Division champion, Miguel fits naturally into TNA's ecosystem, and his return places him back in familiar territory, albeit under very different circumstances. Do you think AEW made the right call by pulling back from Trey Miguel, or should his apologies carry more weight in today's wrestling landscape? Share your thoughts in the comments. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. AJ Lee may not be working a traditional full-time schedule with WWE, but behind the scenes, her WrestleMania plans are coming sharply into focus. According to WrestleVotes Radio on Fightful Select, a singles match between AJ Lee and Becky Lynch is now considered locked in for WrestleMania 42. After months of speculation, WWE appears ready to move forward with one of the most anticipated women's matches in recent history. PW Insider reported in early September that AJ Lee had signed with WWE and was effectively back on a full-time deal. However, her limited television presence since then has not gone unnoticed, with some fans openly questioning how sparingly she has been used. AJ's return officially began on the September 5th episode of SmackDown, where she made a surprise appearance, attacked Becky Lynch, and walked away with the Women's Intercontinental Championship, immediately setting the tone for their rivalry. Since then, AJ has competed only twice, first teaming with CM Punk to defeat Lynch and Seth Rollins at WrestlePalooza, and later at Survivor Series War Games on November 29th, where she forced Becky to tap out to the Black Widow. What followed was a noticeable absence after that victory, and now, with WrestleMania season approaching, WWE appears ready to finally deliver the singles match fans have been waiting for. Do you think WWE timed this feud correctly, or should AJ Lee have been featured more consistently? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Tommaso Ciampa is already laying the foundation for his next chapter outside WWE. Just one day after confirming that his WWE contract is coming to an end, new trademark filings indicate that the former NXT champion is preparing to revive and evolve a persona that predates his WWE run. According to reports filed with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, Tommaso Ciampa, real name Tommaso Whitney, has submitted trademarks for Psycho Killer and Psycho King. Both trademarks cover three major categories, signaling a full-scale post-WWE rebrand rather than a placeholder move. The filings include merchandise such as apparel and collectibles, printed materials like posters and stickers, and entertainment services encompassing wrestling performances, live appearances, media interviews, and television-related content. The Psycho Killer name will be familiar to longtime fans. Ciampa used the moniker extensively during his early independent wrestling career, often associated with a darker, more unhinged presentation. The addition of Psycho King, however, appears to represent a new evolution of that identity, potentially a modernized version designed for broader branding and long-term use outside WWE. This development follows Ciampa's January 21, 2026 Instagram statement confirming that his WWE tenure is ending and that he is officially open to outside bookings for the first time in over a decade. With legal groundwork already in place and creative direction taking shape, Ciampa's next act appears to be firmly underway. Whether fans see the return of Psycho Killer, the rise of the Psycho King, or a blend of both, the message is clear: Tommaso Ciampa is ready to step into his post-WWE era on his own terms. Do you want to see Ciampa lean fully into his darker independent persona again, or should he reinvent himself entirely for this next phase? Sound off in the comments below. MJF isn't limiting his focus to the AEW locker room, he's also setting his sights on TNA Wrestling. Following his appearance on the January 21st episode of AEW Dynamite, the AEW World Champion made a surprise call-in to Busted Open Radio. In typical MJF fashion, he wasted no time asserting dominance, verbally and otherwise. Yeah, shut your mouth. If I have to listen to you two dorks talk about music for one more second, when the only thing you should be discussing is my greatness, I'm gonna put a gun in my mouth. After dismissing the hosts, MJF turned his attention to reinforcing his position at the top of AEW, listing off a growing line of challengers circling his championship. If you watched AEW last night, you realize the tale of the tape is this: I'm the greatest wrestler on God's green earth. I have the championship that everybody wants, Samoa Joe wants it, Hangman wants it, Swerve wants it, Brody King wants it, the list goes on. Your mama wants it. Everybody wants it. The tone then shifted from self-praise to provocation as MJF called out Nick Nemeth, currently one of TNA's top stars. Nick Nemeth, whenever you find your balls, let me know. I'd love to wrestle you for the title as well. Good day, sir. Nemeth responded publicly and didn't shy away from the challenge, even while keeping his priorities clear. "Wow, what a call. I was just offered an AEW title shot. I'm really focused, surprisingly, on the TNA World title tonight, possibly even, but wow, AEW champion, he's thinking about me. I'm on board. I like that. I always wondered if he could hang in the ring. We'll find out one day, I guess." While Nemeth didn't commit to any cross-promotional match, his response left the door open. That said, TNA's current working relationship with WWE makes an AEW crossover unlikely in the short term. For now, this appears to be more about MJF expanding his presence beyond company lines, and this exchange feels more like strategic noise than an imminent interpromotional showdown. Do you see this as the groundwork for something bigger, or is MJF simply stirring the pot to keep all eyes on him? Share your thoughts in the comments. In September of last year, Ash, by Elegance, abruptly retired from wrestling and had to relinquish the TNA Knockouts title. At the time, the exact reason behind the decision was never disclosed, though it was widely believed to be related to a potentially serious injury. That retirement, however, now appears to have been part of a long-term plan, as Ash made a surprise physical return on Impact on January 22, 2026. Despite stepping away from active competition, Ash remained an on-screen presence as the mentor of the Elegance brand. In recent weeks, TNA aired several segments portraying her gradual character shift from a full-fledged heel to a more neutral, respectful role. She was ringside for M by Elegance's match against Indy Hartwell, where Ash visibly disapproved of Heather by Elegance's repeated interference on behalf of her teammate. Hartwell ultimately won the match, but the situation escalated after the bell. Following the match, Heather attacked Hartwell, prompting Ash to step in and stop the assault. The confrontation led to a heated exchange between Ash and M. As tensions escalated and a fight within the Elegance brand appeared imminent, the current Knockouts champion Lei Ying Lee and Xia Brookside ran out to support Ash, resulting in a tense standoff between the two sides. All of that changed when Ash blindsided Lei Ying Lee as the Elegance brand reunited to close the segment. The moment did not go unnoticed. Matt Hardy took to X following the show, publicly declaring that Ash by Elegance had returned. His post quickly gained traction, drawing positive reactions from fans. Many expressed excitement about seeing Ash compete again, particularly given her past success, including her reign as WWE 24/7 champion. Jade Cargill isn't ignoring the scrutiny surrounding her WWE Women's Championship reign. She's fully aware of it. She just doesn't see it as a problem. Speaking recently on the Beyond the Bell podcast, the reigning champion addressed the ongoing online fixation with the length of her title run. The topic came up when one of the hosts pointed out that she had reached 82 days as champion, prompting a candid reaction from Cargill. Is it 82 days? You know what's so crazy? I don't think the internet has ever counted this much for anybody, but for some reason, we all know why, I get a head count every 10 days. Jade thinks the reason why people hate her so much is because she's never paid her dues on the indies, but they should actually support her because she isn't wrestling in WWE for the fame or the money. The fact that people are sitting around acting like this girl deserves a title shot is insane. Insane. I don't care what you've done on the indies, we are not on the same level, and we will never be. I started on primetime TV, that's all I know. This is something that you're being introduced to. People hate me because of how I came in. I'm sorry, I don't know what dues are. I don't. And that's why people hate me. They hate me because outside of this, I can walk away. But I love what I do and I'm gonna stay here. And I'm gonna put my hard work and time and effort into this instead of going home to my beautiful family and living the soft life. And that's why they don't like me. When you would think people would be happy and like, oh my gosh, she really loves this because she's really in it, not for the money, not for the fame, I don't care about any of that. Rather than pushing back against the criticism, Cargill made it clear she's embracing it. She framed the constant discussion, positive or negative, as part of being at the top. I love that for me because good or bad, I love the attention. Cargill's comments underline a mindset that's become central to her presentation. She understands the spotlight that comes with holding a major championship, and instead of letting the discourse define her reign, she's starting to own it. Whether the focus is on match quality, title defenses, or the calendar itself, she's treating the scrutiny as validation rather than pressure. Her reign may be under constant observation, but from her perspective, that comes with the territory, and she appears more than comfortable carrying it. Do you think fans place too much emphasis on counting days instead of judging a championship reign on impact and performance? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't miss our next video coming at 5:30 p.m. Eastern with all the latest wrestling updates. Smash that bell icon and select all notifications so you're always in the loop.